Oh, nice. So, Reed, are you DMing this?
No.
You sure?
Yeah. The boss lady is putting the actual boss lady to bed.
Uh,
But in the meanwhile, in a chat, you'll see I have attached a character sheet. I don't know if you've been filling character sheets out.
no, not yet.
Okay, you're
Look at that.
fired. Try harder.
We haven't even talked about what we're doing yet.
That's
You can't fill your character sheet until you figure out what race and class you are. It's the first step.
Don't be a racist and be classy. See, that was easy. Race and
No,
class.
that sounds
So,
boring. Oh my goodness, buddy. Why are you being so zoomy? Calm down. You're okay.
because I'm on Zoom.
Not you, man. Not you.
Also, I apologize. Ooh, left side. I apologize for
Oh, yeah, that's
this.
Metal Alchemist, isn't it?
This is Envy. You may or
Yeah,
may not recall.
you
And
remember.
so in the other D&D game that we're playing, my character's name is not Varys. And so he is referred to affectionately by the group as NV.
There we
Therefore,
go.
Envy.
That's why you did the nice.
That's an homage to my previous character, who was Varys.
Okay.
And so this character is very similar to Varys because it's a spin-off of that story,
Wait.
but not quite because Varys's character from the original story is still alive and well.
Is this just because you're too lazy to make a new character? That's
Well,
what kind of.
so kind of yes and no. I would have just kept playing Varys because a number of the characters are the same character.
Mhm.
The problem is when we tied up all of the loose ends into a nice little bow at the end of that campaign, Varys stayed in town with his wife and children. And so I couldn't just reuse that character because he's down the road in Phandalin.
I mean, you could have had like a horrible disaster happened and his entire family died, so he had to start traveling again. That's usually what I do.
There are the two bosses.
Oh
What are they
man.
doing?
Wait, there shouldn't be a second boss. Second boss is supposed to be in bed.
There shouldn't be a second boss. And yet, hi, Aunt Abby, she says.
Hi, Miss Avery.
Hi, Miss Avery, she says. Would you like the headset on so you can talk?
You want to sit in Daddy's lap and talk to Aunt Abby for a second while I get your applesauce?
Oh.
Well, it's bedtime, honey. But you can say hi for a second while I
Do,
get
do
your
you want
applesauce.
do you want to hear and talk?
Uh-huh.
Okay, come here.
You sit with Daddy while I get your applesauce.
Here. We gotta sit down for a second. Ready? This is gonna go great.
This is gonna go real bad.
Applesauce. Because it's bedtime.
Hi, Aunt Abby.
Hi.
Hi, Miss Avery. Hello.
I'll get out.
Oh my goodness.
Woo.
I can't see anyone right now. Oh, there we go. Oh my
There you
goodness. Are you tired? It looks like you seem like you must be tired. It's bedtime, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bedtime.
A little bit.
Did you have a good day today? Did you guys go outside and play outside?
Yeah.
Did you go in the pool with Mimi?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you went to the pool?
Yeah.
What? That's so cool. Did you swim like in the really deep water?
No.
No.
I
Okay.
didn't go yet.
Oh.
Are we just gonna go
Oh
to bed, honey?
man.
Do you not want to say hi to Aunt Abby anymore?
3-year-olds are so much fun. Highly recommended.
Oh.
I love you, teeny tiny. Probably, yeah.
Do you want your applesauce or no? You don't want it? You're not.
Oh. Well, it's, life is hard when you're 3.
Wait till you're 10 times that old.
And it's still hard.
Yeah, that's all right. Our wayward young adult has been talking to Cecily about how hard it is adulting I'm just like, oh, bitch, you got no idea.
Wait, Cecily's saying adulting is hard?
No, Chris is saying that too,
Oh.
Cecily.
Oh God. Oh, she doesn't know, they don't know anything either. They're not old enough to have any clue.
And they don't
They don't have
have,
a house.
yeah, they got no fucking clue.
Yeah. Because
It's
it
pretty
gets, like,
hilarious.
It's just really, it's all downhill, honestly, after like college. Just like straight, just down a big slope until,
Until you can retire, right?
Yeah.
Really, the point is to try and set yourself up such that you can stop working sooner.
Yeah.
You won't be able to retire and get the retirement benefits until you're hopefully older than when you can stop working, right? Because if you work until retirement age, your body's falling apart, your brain's going, like all of this sort of shit. You can't actually enjoy yourself all that much anymore. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
60 something, 70s, you can still do things. You're not totally invalid at that
You
point.
definitely can't do the things you could do when you were 30 and 40.
Yeah, right. I
Yeah.
have a very firm plan to go up Mount Kilimanjaro by the time I'm 50, because really beyond that, I think there's a pretty slim chance of me doing that and enjoying it. You know?
Unless like you get like a Sherpa to carry you, which you're probably gonna have anyway, but
Now there was that one old guy on the Inca Trail that was in his 80s, and that fool was doing that shit by himself, and I was thoroughly impressed.
that feels like death. Oof.
I mean, when you're 80, it's like,
It's true. It's like you could die any minute now.
yeah,
At least if you're gonna go out, you're gonna
It's a
go
cool
out.
way to go.
A cool way to go.
right, yeah, just trip and fall down the hill when after you see the sun gate in the morning on the last day, right? You got to do this a million. It's almost like stairs, right? It goes back and forth so vertically, the switchbacks are and then there's people coming up to try and get to the sun gate, but those idiots took the train in and they're all like, man, you guys smell bad. And I'm like, I could oops you off this mountain so easily. Do not fuck with me today.
Yeah, I know. The older I get, the more I'm just like, well, I want a sabbatical. That's what I want. I don't know. I can't wait till I die at 50. I need a fucking like a couple months off here.
Yeah.
You start staring down the barrel of being like, yeah, I've never taken more than a week off since I graduated college, and that's kind of 10 years down the line.
Yep, right there with you. That's we're taking a week off in August. First week of August, we're taking off. But yeah, that's
new trip, right?
well, yeah, we're going up to Michigan to see my cousin and her family, and we'll do a couple nights on the dunes off of Michigan Beach, Lake Michigan, whatever, blah 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 blah. A big chunk of water up there, has a beach, dunes. I can word goodly. It's been a day.
That sounds like it'll be fun at least.
Oh yeah. I mean, if Cecily allows it to be. Teenagers are not in no way better than 3-year-olds. I would rather take 2 3-year-olds, frankly.
I would argue you guys did the worst possible planning around this. Like,
You could shut your pie hole.
I'm just saying that, like, you need to have a toddler.
Look, I know.
That wasn't necessary. You could choose to have like 1 or like 2 at the same life stage.
teenager's basically an articulate toddler.
Yeah. Stuck to a phone like this though.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we didn't have that shit when I was that age. We just did it with books instead.
Well, yeah, children these days don't know what to do with boredom. And I fear what's going to happen when they reach adulthood, right? You learn some really neat things while you were bored as a child.
I mean, we mostly just like played in the woods and pretended that sticks that we
Right.
tied together were weapons. That's
But
really all I
your imagination gets going, right? You try to climb things, build things, all of these type of things that you try and you learn something from, right? You occasionally injure yourself and you then have to learn how to fix yourself, right? Maybe you get bored and you're like, I'm just going to clean the fuck out of my bedroom and watch mom just like lose her shit because,
she's worried you've been replaced with an alien.
yeah, Right? I joke with Nikki when the doppelganger shows up. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Oh, I know. You're the doppelganger.
Oh, my.
Oh, also obligatory. Here you go. This is what we got tonight.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
Yep. Nikki doesn't like it. So, they're all mine. Oops.
I mean, hard to argue with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry you don't like this.
IPAs. Doug gets all the IPAs he could possibly want.
The giant right here, tell you what, IPAs are all they got, which sucks for me because I like real good beer. See that? I've had a couple IPAs that are good though.
So is she. She just doesn't like to admit it.
No.
Yeah, there's plenty of good IPAs out there. IPAs are really no different than any other type of beer insofar as 90% of everyone's going to do them badly. The problem is there's just so much more IPA out there right now.
Fucking IPA. It's exhausting.
Yeah. It's like
A lot more variety. Sometimes it's not a good thing. I love it.
I just don't want to get like every time we go to like a bar, it's like there's 6,000 IPAs and there's 2 like sours and like a couple wheat beers and like a stout. And I'm like, I just like, why do I have to have like the 10,000 IPAs? Hi, bud.
Hi, baby. What you doing there?
We've been fed already too, but we know this is important.
Hi.
Hi. What are you doing? Darius,
How you
what you
doing,
doing?
baby boy?
Oh, we're gonna show our butthole.
Yup. Thank you for that.
Oh, excellent.
That was, man, I didn't even have to pay for that. Come on now.
You little jackass. Yeah, you could be a
Yeah,
little.
but if you're good at something, don't do it for free.
Right?
You think we should set him up as a webcam cam whore?
There you go.
Give him an OnlyFans.
I
Yep.
don't even know about the internet. I have no idea what that is.
You don't know what OnlyFans is?
No, I mean I sort of know what it is, but like only in the like Vegas. Really, bud? Really?
OnlyFans works if you're good at marketing, I think.
I guess I could see that.
Really, that's all it is. You don't have to do anything that you're not already doing if you find the right people that are willing to pay for it, right?
I suppose that's fair.
If I could find someone that was willing to ship me a pizza and then watch me eat it, I would do that.
Yeah, I suppose it's fair.
Right? I don't care. You eat a pizza on camera, right? If you're going to pay for the pizza and give me $50 to eat it, why not? I'd do it anyway.
And why? I get, you know what, but like most people don't do that. That's the thing. You gotta be like the right kind of person to be like, there are those people who it's like people pay them to just like eat shit on camera. And not shit, not like literal shit. That actually.
Yeah, you'd have to pay me an awful lot of money for that. I'm sure there is enough money out there, but I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, I don't really know what my limit there is.
Also, like what kind of
like,
shit are we talking about?
more.
Also, right?
Is it like soupy shit?
Yeah, we talking like my dog got sick. That's no good. But like deer pellets, I could probably manage that for like 500 G's. Eat a bowl full of deer pellets, give me some milk on there, chocolate milk, some I won't even notice, right? It's probably good for you.
Well, the thing is, you have to, those like beans or berries or whatever that changes your taste buds.
Yeah, you eat one of those first,
and
you're good.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Nikki's coming into the wrong part of this conversation.
This is a gross conversation. I think she's having audio issues, so it doesn't matter. We can't hear you.
Are you on your hardware mute? Square button?
I can.
No, I can't hear you. You got to go. I think your audio selection.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we
There
go.
you go.
Sorry, I got her new headphones.
Nice.
So she's learning how to use them. They match mine. See?
Ah,
Yeah.
I do like good headphones.
Which headphones are they?
There's a Corsair,
Okay.
the H70 or whatever.
What did you get that you spent like a lot of money on?
It's like an Arctis Pro something
Oh,
or
yeah.
other, and their software is shit. So
Oh.
the headphones
Yeah,
work great. It's just the software that goes with them, so I can actually like set up different like if I want like certain settings for gaming and a different setting for like watching a movie, you're supposed to be able to just kind of flip between them easily, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, I haven't downloaded the weird software. I mean, Corsair makes it, but nah.
Yup. Did I
don't
come
ask-
in? Sorry.
Hey, Nikki, can you go in and turn off some of your, let's see, audio settings? Are you on a Windows machine or your Macintosh?
On your laptop.
All right, so bottom left, you see mute has an upward arrow, a little caret, go to audio settings.
Okay.
Then you see suppress background noise.
Hmm. No.
My glasses.
Oh,
Did-
okay. You want me to put high,
Go to medium.
medium?
Yep.
Is that better?
I don't know. Yep, much better. I can't hear
Okay.
myself as much.
Okay.
We may need to download the software package for high though, given that we're one room apart.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or you could go into your office. So the other thing we'll have to figure out is how to do this when some of the people are here with us and some of the people aren't. So we'll have to do some, I think we're gonna need to do a session 0, 0 just to work out some technical things like a half-hour session while we screw with audio settings and whatnot.
We've done it before. If you put like a mic in the center of the room, sometimes it can help, and that way everybody's like talking into it. But it can be a little fussy.
Yeah, we've done it before. Not up here, though. We've done it downstairs where we're able to put speakers directionally, and I have a boom mic that I can then extend out in front of it, and it works pretty well.
I think we should just go back to doing that. It's our basement, so.
Well, yeah, it's true, but my hope is that Chris will be gone soon enough.
Not soon
Oh,
enough for our game though to start.
Yeah, that's
I'm not
true.
waiting until January
Yeah.
to start our game.
Well, so we can just make sure we give them a heads up and
Yeah.
say, be out of our house this day.
Yep. And it's really only after 8:30 every other Saturday, so.
Yep, let me
That should
actually
be-
download the package for myself. Anyway, you can start. I did give them a link to the character sheet.
Okay, well, I think they were making their own character sheets, is my understanding.
Oh, no, you missed that part.
Oh, I did.
These people ain't even started. They don't know how to spell
What?
D&D.
Are you too busy being like enamored with your engagement to focus on real serious things like making your character sheets?
I was saying that we hadn't like officially like talked about it, so I wanted to like do this session to talk about
Oh,
it first.
okay.
And we'd go ahead.
Okay, all right.
See my.
Ooh, I like
Bling,
it.
bling, bling.
Very pretty.
Thank you. I'm super psyched.
Very nice.
That
You
was
know what
today.
Nikki, you
but
know
we
what
have-
Nikki's actually thinking though?
What? But hers is
better.
I'm not thinking that. I'm not thinking
My name's
that.
Nikki and I wasn't born in Germany.
Yep, that's it.
I feel like
Yup.
engagement rings are like super personal, so it's like one of those
Exactly.
something that works
Yup.
really well for one person is like the
Oh,
other
yeah.
there.
Yep, absolutely.
But did I ever tell you about hers? Not to
that
sidetrack too far.
you got-
But so we knew the place we were gonna get the rings from, but we went in there and they didn't have anything that was right. Yeah. Because what you have is not necessarily gonna be the right thing. So I kind of talked with the lady. I was like, here's kind of what I'm looking for, blah, 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 blah. And so a couple weeks later, she calls me, the sales lady, and goes, I have a couple for you to look at, right? So I go in there and I look at one, I'm like, eh. And then she shows me the other one. She goes, this one, the problem is it doesn't have a wedding band that goes with it, right? So that would have to be custom made here. But let me show you the ring anyway. So I looked at it, I was like, oh yeah, that's the one, right? You found the right, Nikki engagement ring. She's like, okay, we should probably tell you what it costs. And I was like, really? Kind of late for that. I already decided that's the one, right? And you already told me that I had to get a custom wedding band to go with it. So I know that this is going to hurt. But yeah, you see the thing and you're like, yeah, that's the one. The end. What are you going to go and pick a different one? Cause you're like, oh man, that one costs too much. Like that's a shit thing. I love you just like that much.
I like this like his family was telling a story with like when his brother-in-law and sister-in-law got married. They had like their engagement ring was like $200. They couldn't afford anything at the time. So I feel like some
I mean,
of it's just,
whatever gets the job done. That's my feeling on it.
Yep.
The important
It's-
thing is getting married.
It's just that my wife has very specific specifications. And they're like way up here.
That's for later on, after you have more money.
I don't know, Nikki, would you ever consider going and modifying those rings as like a 20-year thing? Would you want to do anything else to them?
I don't think
See
I'd
that
want to do
face?
anything
That's a
else.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I had to get way up here on the first shot. And I knew that. I know her.
I just need to grab. the
Never gonna
power
want to
cord real
change
quick.
those.
You have to grab what? Oh,
Power
okay.
cord.
So was there something in the?
Like the chat.
We didn't receive a chat read.
Didn't open up the chat.
Hey, who's that?
Hey.
Where'd Nikki go? Nikki, why did you get your haircut?
That is Cecil Ice No Miss.
Mhm. That's Nikki, but with a lot shorter hair.
No, it doesn't look at all like Nikki.
No, there's like doppelgangers going on right now. I don't know what's going on, but there's like two of them.
Yeah,
Kind of weird.
that's me. I'm Nikki, part 2.
Yep.
There are so many reasons why that's wrong.
I'm so mean to my stepdaughter. I'm the meanest.
That's what stepmothers are for, right?
Yeah, I gotta lean into the stereotypes.
Hey, do you want me to send you the link? I mean, you could listen in, you can lurk. No.
She's like, no,
okay.
I don't like you that
Deal.
much.
Fair enough.
The novelty's worn
Screw
off.
you, Abby.
I'm okay with that. Doesn't mean much. I do, but we do have character sheets. Are you doing any kind of like homebrew stuff like with the character sheets, or can we just use the standard?
You can use standard. Yeah, nothing yeah, the adventures could be somewhat homebrew, but not. I don't have that kind of time in my life
No,
to
that's
figure
fair.
out homebrew
So-
rules.
I may use my DM from one of my other games
Mhm.
has an Excel spreadsheet that works really well for us, so I might use that instead. Just as, like instead of the D&D standard one.
Uh-huh.
Got some like cool like leveling features and stuff that makes it like easier to level and like gives
Cool.
you
As long as we can copy the details
Yeah, how
onto a
does it-
character sheet so we can reference it.
Yeah, if you can
I'll
teach us how it works. Yeah.
I'll send you a link to one once we get it started. So you
Okay.
got. And if you look at it and you're like, I hate this, we can't use it, then we won't use it. But
I probably most of my thing is gonna be like, the one thing you're in charge of is your character sheet. I have to do everything else. You're in charge of your damn character. That's probably generally gonna be my attitude.
that's good. That's
Like-
that's how I binge mine anyway. So
I think at the last adventure, especially, no offense, playing with children, they were like, I was like, did you pick out your spells? They're like, what? I'm like, well, I guess you're screwed then. If you haven't picked out your spells,
I
that's
won't
on
lie.
you.
I have
Time
on
for
multiple-
battle. Ha ha ha. You don't have your spells.
I have on multiple occasions been like, oh shit, I forgot to level up. And I'm like, while the DM is talking, I'm like quickly in the background being like, okay, I just have to reference 30 pages of spells and
Yup.
new features and abilities. And no, I'm totally paying attention. I
Yup.
heard what you said.
I mean, I think that's better than some people who just never got like level 3 spells. So they're like, I forgot to do that. I guess I just won't have a level 3 spells. I'm like, sucks for you.
Don't you wish I hadn't gotten level 3 spells though?
Yeah.
Yeah. That encounter was really upsetting.
The spells weren't even the problem. The problem was your all rolls.
Yeah. We'll see if these other people roll differently.
I roll very badly. Always.
Good.
What I do.
I need some people that roll badly.
I'm like-
Last adventure, everyone rolled like 18s all the time.
Oh no, I'm like
I was,
Matt.
I was gonna say, yeah, Nikki, do you wanna brief them on how we rolled last time?
Too well. I think that was the problem.
Well, but so the specifics go like this. When we would come to a major encounter, dragons, things like this, liches, bad news bears, we would roll statistically abnormally well. Now, when we were fighting nothing, so fucking
Mephits.
walking lettuce and mephits and spiders that have a limp and a bad knee, we would roll so badly.
The Mephits almost wiped them out. I
The
think the
Mephits
Mephits was the hardest
nearly
battle they had in the whole game.
TPK'd us. And it was an embarrassment because 5 minutes earlier, we had just
Burned
told
through a
off a green
dragon, yeah.
dragon so hard That motherfucker jumped out his window and tried to get out of there without even like, he was like, oh shit, this is bad. I gotta leave now. And then we went downstairs and we were like, man, we should take a break for a second. A couple methods come in and they're like, man, we're gonna fuck you up. We're like, you're methods. This will be easy. And then we're like, oh no. Oh no. Oh shit. Fuck. This is
There might have been some frustration by the DM who had the dragon just wiped out way too easily. And she,
Yeah,
it didn't help that one of our teammates had decided to take a nap. So she's over here in a room, not able to help us. She's asleep, and we're like, man, we would love to go get you up, but we're a little busy. Like, you're gonna wake up and your whole party's gonna be dead.
yep.
Oops.
So it goes.
That's the way it happens sometimes. You just gotta roll with it.
Why do I not like dice games?
All right, but let's talk.
Use
Go
your
ahead.
ingenuity. Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry, Abby. I think we like interrupted like 5 times. So
No. You go.
I was just gonna say, let's talk about this game.
Yeah.
What you guys thinking? Do you guys want to talk about the game in general first, or what you guys are thinking for your characters?
So I talked a little bit about it with Doug when we started. I don't know if I gave him an update after we got back from our kayaking day that one day, Nikki. So I know we talked about this, and I'm bored. I want to do like the nature dwarven cleric because like that still sounds fun.
Yeah.
But we were talking about for him like what was it, like a cousin?
Paladin? Yeah. Like, I don't know if like you to be your like it's completely up to you, but I figured someone else from your dwarven clan and like whatever you want your relationship to be.
Okay,
I think would work.
that way
It's your cousin that you're going to find.
Distant cousins.
no.
If it's third cousins, it's okay.
Also, my dwarven character is definitely a dude, so
There's nothing wrong with that, Abby.
2021.
Wow.
What's wrong with you?
Maybe Doug's gonna be a female. You don't know.
I mean, female dwarves also have beards.
I don't think that's true in D&D. That's just true in Lord of the Rings.
I mean, this is.
He
this
just said
is-
it. It's true.
yeah.
His character.
I like the idea that you're the only female dwarf with a beard, and it's weird.
I'm the bearded lady.
So yeah, so that was like, I totally forgot. I'm so sorry, Nikki. Because this engagement thing has been like.
What?
Like you had sort of mentioned something offhand.
Yeah.
When you got back, but we never actually talked
Yeah,
about
we should
it.
have. I'm sorry. We did not come prepared to this. I'm usually much better. I'm so sorry.
I'm so disappointed in you, Abby.
Promise we'll be like a naturally prepared couple whenever we show up.
Doug knows. I see what's up. Thank you for being honest, Doug.
Prepared. I will say that I do usually wait until the last minute, but
Yup. Well,
do you want to do like my dwarven cleric's like pain in the ass cousin?
Sure.
Okay.
okay. So I'll tell you what I told Abby, and then you can kind of decide. We could talk out how you guys want to do this. So, and again, it could be your characters. That really doesn't matter to me. But the idea is like you guys are from a dwarven clan, and one of your cousins was like their like parent left the clan like a while ago. Like it's been probably
So, like, one of our
centuries.
Aunt, like it's a cousin.
Yeah, like yeah, so like your like aunt or uncle left like a while ago, and you all like kept in touch for a little while. You heard they had like some kids of their own, but no one's really heard from them in a while, and so your clan sent you on a very important mission. You have to go find your cousin. It's very important that we find this cousin and see what's up. I think Abby's idea was basically one of you is kind of an F up, and they're just trying to get rid of you. And like,
Yeah.
let's get this. Let's put them on this mission. They'll be gone for probably at least weeks, and maybe they'll die on the way.
Honestly, hopefully.
That would be all right. Yeah, we're hoping.
So the question is, who do you want to be the fuck up?
me.
Okay, you're the fuck up.
Yeah, I got no idea what I'm doing.
Okay.
So,
See, I'm usually the fuck
is it
up.
like,
Yeah, lean
am I-
into it.
or am I
Sure.
actually fucking up? Who
Ooh,
knows? Maybe both.
so this is just an idea, and we can decide how we want this. So maybe like you could still be a paladin. Maybe you join this like paladin order, and you're like, yes, I'm a very sacred paladin. I swear on oath, I will go protect my cousin. Your paladin group's just like, yeah, you
You
need
get
to
'em, champ.
go. You get him exactly, and maybe Abby's.
Because of a cleric, I'm sent along to like babysit because they're
Yeah,
like
exactly.
dead. They just want him out of like
Yeah.
everyone's hair, and like I think I could be like maybe older and crankier, and I'm also kind of a pain in the ass,
There
but
you
like
go.
not in a dumb way, just in a like
They're just
I'm
like
irrit-
this guy's so cantankerous. Yeah, there you go.
like cranky yells. Yeah, so I'm babysitting you,
Okay.
Yep.
which will work out well because I'm gonna probably have to walk you through a lot of this stuff.
So that'll be cool. I like that idea.
Yeah, I like that. So, and then Paladin's a good one, because you're gonna be way too fucking OP. So-
Yeah. And then we'll probably want to just pick like one of the nature deities for the rules. But I think part of the idea just in world building is like you guys don't have a specific deity. You basically just pray to like the spirit, the nature spirit, or whatever. You don't have a deity. It's really the important thing.
And we're native, presumably, to the. Okay, yeah, we're like this is our homeland.
Yep. Because that's one of the big beefs. That's like I was telling Abby. That's one of the big beefs between the native dwarves to Faerun and like everyone else. Is
Wait.
that
What I'm hearing is I get to be a racist to the people, the like colonizers,
yeah,
coming in,
basically
like you
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
How do you
Yeah.
spell Faerun?
favorite.
Faerun.
Yeah, and I'll say like so for the most part, and for the most part, your experience has been, and I'll leave it up to like different opinions for different ways. A lot of it has been religious in nature. Like you guys don't have a whole ton of disagreements, except that there's this group called the Lord's Alliance that is basically like the world's UN situation. So it's like very loose, but they have a few things that they want all members to follow. And one of those things is that each township, the justice system is basically that each township's justice is dealt by like an anointed person. And the only rule for that person is they have to be a cleric of an approved deity. Approved deity is pretty loose. They usually approve like most deities, but y'all don't have deities.
So they won't approve a native. So basically, the natives can't run their own like,
justice systems.
Okay.
Right.
So that's a big like contention point.
Right. And it's not a problem in the actual clans in the mountains because you're just not part of the Lord's Alliance. You're like, we're
But
not doing
presumably
that.
they're like trying to convert more people to like the system, and so there's like a
Yeah.
tension. Like, well, fuck you. I'm not going to have somebody who's not part of our justice system.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
okay, so we can basically pick. I don't think it really matters. I think you just have to pick like a general deity, like as long as it's like nature or something like that.
Yeah. And like,
We
yeah.
have a specific one. So
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, I'd just use like all the same rules, but just like instead of saying I worship the wild mother, you just like say I worship the nature spirits or whatever y'all want to do.
okay. Oh, so we can make up our own. I think it's fair to like. It's like the spirit of the land.
Yeah,
deity.
whatever you want to do. Really could be whatever, as long as it's not deity focused. That's really the only thing.
They can't have a name because the spirit of the rock, the spirit of the water.
Yep. I mean, yeah, because
Okay.
I was like, when I was thinking kind of like Shintoism, but it can be like any of the non-deity based religions.
Okay, that's fair. Oh man, I'm gonna be really irritating. This is great. I'm sorry. I always like to find the one thing that makes make you a huge pain in the ass to everybody else. Because I'm entertaining.
It'll be great.
Every time somebody goes to like cross a like body of water, be like, we must pray.
It'll be
Don't
good.
step on the rocks.
Then how are we gonna cross?
Thousands of years ago, when the Persians were trying to invade Greece, they were trying to cross the Bosphorus, and I guess built like pontoon bridges, and there was a storm and wiped them all out. So the Persians basically flogged the sea.
There you go.
Fuck you,
That'll teach
the
you.
sea god.
That'll teach them.
Did it help?
Well, they eventually made
They
it
felt
cross.
better.
So yeah, it worked. Okay. Hey, so another question, is there like, I'm assuming there's kind of like the like Lord's Alliance thinks of like the natives as like barbarians kind of thing, right?
Not especially.
No?
Not too especially. I mean, I think I don't know if it's barbarianism, but just maybe just like I think it's more like the
Sehr
Lord's Alliance is
uncultured.
amazing. Why wouldn't you want to join the Lord's Alliance? And if you don't want to join, you must just like be okay. So the way I think of it, I think Reed had a good example. Like think of it like in Star Trek.
Mhm.
Lord's Alliance thinks it's Starfleet.
Okay, gotcha.
And if you're the Romulans, you're like, fuck you, Starfleet. And then Starfleet's like, you must be terrible. If you don't want to join Starfleet,
okay,
it
but
must
like
be because you're terrible.
they think of this society more as the Romulans though, and less like, you know, one of their like undeveloped worlds where they're like, oh, we can't like get involved in
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, this isn't a first contact type of thing,
Okay,
right?
right.
No.
That's what I wanted to figure out, because it's like
Yeah.
there's a different dynamic where it's like we're both like of equal power here to a certain extent. It's just that you think that you're better than me versus
Right.
like I think that you're like uneducated.
Oh no,
by-
they know they're better.
Ah,
We are the Laird's Alliance, okay?
Yeah,
You will
'cause-
ally with us, or we'll turn up our noses at you.
I would
Okay.
say the ones more in like the savage category are more like the orcs and like all the other more monstrous races. Because so the thing with Faerun is, again, like society's been around for like thousands of years in general, but it never really got a stronghold in Faerun because Faerun is like just rampant with all kinds of monsters, just like monster everything everywhere. The dwarves for like the past 1,000 years, because they like primarily do their whole thing in mountains, and it's a like really great valuable mining area. They were like, we're gonna get in those mountains and we're good. We're able to hold down this this territory and have a successful life.
Okay.
And that's been about 1,000 years, whereas all the other races in the past like 100 years or so are like just started to like really crop up again. Like, we're gonna do it this time. We're not gonna be killed this time by the monsters.
But we have really good forts, so it's like fun.
Yeah,
Just hide in the mountains. Okay.
pretty much. Yeah, exactly.
Are the dwarves like, so like because they're like a mining nation, are they like the rich like compared to?
They're pretty rich. They're pretty
Okay.
rich. Yeah, the dwarven clans are pretty rich. I would say that there's a number of dwarves that don't live in the clans for whatever reason, and they're not like especially rich, probably.
Okay. And we're not going to be rich because we're like in religion, but that's we're
But
probably.
you might be used to like a very comfortable lifestyle. You might
That's
get to like a ragtag town like Phantom and be like, ugh, what is
Yeah,
this
but,
trash
like,
hole?
like we're used to like working in like a bigger town, and we're like, yeah. Except for
Yeah.
you, you're a dumbass, and you just started training.
You trip and fall on your own sword when you roll less than a 10.
Yeah. You need to think about why you're such a pain in the ass. Like, what did you do that like everyone is like, you have to leave. You can't be here anymore.
Maybe he's the Jar Jar Binks of.
I was gonna say, have you ever seen the early Star Wars episodes? He's just not good at it. He's trying.
That's like because
He's trying really hard, and he cares a lot.
Yeah. But it's just like everyone else is like, please stop.
Exactly.
But like maybe think of some scenarios where it's like I don't know, you were trying really hard to do something and it didn't work out well. But like if you can flesh those out, because that's like a good character thing to throw in. If they're like, why did they send you away? And you're like, because I'm so great. Remember the time that I did this thing, and you like go
And
on
I'm
to-
the only one that
back.
can bring the cousins back into the fold. That's
Yeah.
why.
That's a good one. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I need to think about like why people hate my like cantankerous or I think it's probably just that I've been around for a really long time. Like I'm definitely like older and like I think I'm just really like condescending.
Yeah.
And shitty.
And maybe the
Pretty
younger
grouch.
dwarves were like,
Yeah.
okay, boomer, go
Yeah.
Help this kid out.
Yeah. Like, I think like maybe I've been trying to get involved more with like the political side of the church. It's not like people are just like
Or
you.
maybe it'll
we
be
fucking
like
hate you.
Carl and what's his face from Up.
You're just like actually, you know what? I kind of like that. But I'm just like I don't talk to anybody. Like I refuse to like they send like young people to me, and I'm just like no. Like you have to train people. I do not.
That's where you're wrong.
So basically, you're someone that wants to retire, except they keep telling you retirement's not an option in the clergy.
Yes, I think that's the way. And as a result, I've just been rude and mean to everyone. Like this is a good way for people to leave me alone. And now it's back because they're
You're like,
"Get the fuck
oh,
out."
when I signed that lifelong oath, I
Ooh,
forgot
better yet,
lifelong. is
maybe
this
like
long.
actively screw them up, right? The whole idea that your mom asks you to wash the car, and so you do it with a steel wool pad, and you just
Yeah, it's
fuck it
true.
up so hard, and she's like,
Yeah, like,
never again,
malicious compliance
right?
for-
Yeah. So they keep sending people to it. You're like, here, this is porn. They're like, whoa, and they leave the clergy, and they become like prostitutes, and the
Did
church
you-
is like, what the fuck are you doing? You're like, I just thought they should know.
Did you see the movie Soul?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you remember the little one who like drove all her mentors crazy?
Yes.
You're the opposite of that.
Yes. And he's the one.
Yes, they're like, okay, here's your new protege, but he's got an away mission, so you're gonna have to go with him on that.
I think that's a good point. And like I spend the entire time trying to convince you to like leave the clergy, but you're too dumb to get it.
Oh, there you go. You're cute. Maybe your whole thing is like, oh man, I wish I had. So you keep like trying to tear people off of it. They're like, stop it.
I just want to be left alone. Yeah, it's like I really just want to retire, and they're not letting me do it. They're like I wanted to be like someone sit alone in my little hermitage and like have a comfortable lifestyle, and everyone just leaves me the fuck alone. And they keep like, no, you have to like show up for these rituals and shit. You have to train the younglings, and I'm like, no.
Yup.
This is a good one. It's gonna be very cranky. I like it. It'll be I usually play your character, which is the dumbass, because it's a lot of fun.
It is a whole lot of fun.
It's so fun.
I
Actually, so by playing the dumbass, you take on a very important mantle, which is you have to be the one who does shit because you're too dumb to know otherwise.
yeah,
Yes. You're the
the-
Leroy
the-
Jenkins of the group.
there are some important things about that role, right? Have you ever heard of Leroy Jenkins?
Yes,
Okay,
that guy.
so you are, among other things, Leroy Jenkins. Okay, but also you're the guy that's gonna see a pretty flower and just go fucking sniff it.
Yeah. Because like the problem is everybody else in the game is going to be like, no, don't do the thing. Everyone has to be careful. Let's like try to sneak and like figure out what best approach. You have to be the person that's just like, no, we're just going to fucking do that.
Yep.
Like-
Well,
So you're-
exactly.
You're gonna be
Everyone-
so much fun that everyone else is just gonna be falling over themselves to keep you alive.
Yeah.
Like the hobbits.
Yeah.
In the Mines of Moria.
Yes, basically. Like that is your job, is basically like touch things that you're not supposed to touch.
Which, to be fair, okay, so in the last game we did, I was Leroy Jenkins.
Was
and
it
it was
you or Tim
great.
Rude? Really?
It was generally me, but I would pretend like I wasn't, okay? Because I was an elf. Elves are squishy. We're not good at fighting. But we'd start fighting, and my character would then immediately run the fuck in there, throwing like fireballs and shit, and then be like, "Oh gosh, I'm squishy!" Ah!
Yeah, there's a reason I think like more than half of the potions you all ever got used on you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so usually, and actually that's a good, yeah, because you're going to be the tank too if you're the paladin. You're probably going to have like the most, as a dwarf paladin, you have a ton of HP.
It will serve you so well being
Yeah.
Jar Jar Binks. You're gonna need that.
Yeah, that is a good person to channel with that. It's just like, that's usually when I play dumb, that's what you do. Because somebody has to be the person who does shit. Because otherwise it's just like, everyone's constantly sneaking around being like, oh, I'm not going to touch it. It could be a trap. No, fuck it, touch it.
So the other thing if you guys want to, otherwise I could do it, doesn't matter. But one of us has to decide what is the dwarven religion, like put some actual words to that. So
Okay.
that like what I say, like, and here's what the dwarves believe in game, we're on the same page.
I can do that. Let me,
Okay.
I'll look up some of the existing religions and just like base it off of that, and also like a non-deity type religion I look up. But yeah, I'll put something together.
They believe in rocks. Rocks are hard.
They are dwarves.
We can't
Right?
do
Yeah, they're dwarves. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Their communion is chewing on fucking rocks.
I'm off face. I'm thinking like I don't know, something like the Celtic, like seasonal religion
Mhm.
type thing. So or like believing in like the elements kind of thing. So
Yeah, that could work. That'd be good.
Belief in elephants is what a good. If you don't believe in them, you get stepped on.
I think that's a deity. That's your elephant deity, which I don't know if that works.
So that's a cat.
This is a cat. Are you an
Yeah.
elephant?
No. My name are Loki.
You're so dumb.
Isn't he though?
Aw,
Well, that's why we ended up with him.
that's
Because he
true.
was stupid.
He was the dumb of the lot.
Well, it served him well, so
To say in the long run, it worked out well, right?
he's
I mean,
very happy.
can you imagine if instead of capturing the dumb one that came out when I just opened up a can of tuna, I had waited and tried to get the one that was like, wait, hold on, that's a fucking human. That's scary and shit.
Nobody
And then
wants-
like waited an hour or so and then finally come out and I was like, I got you, fucker. Right? It wouldn't have gotten better over time.
Yeah, nobody wants that. Nobody
We
wants
got the
smart-
sweet dumb one, right? There you go.
Well, are you sweet? No one knows. Did you throw up on everything again today?
Oh.
Survey says probably.
The 8-ball says.
Mhm.
What are you doing, little fucker? Okay. Do we know
Yup.
anything? Do we need to know anything about the other characters before we start?
I don't think so. So
So
basically,
hold on, real quick, Lady N. So, and this is me asking for clarification. Are they part of the original party, which
so everyone's going to be part of the original party.
everyone?
Everyone's
Okay,
gonna be part of
got
the
it.
original party because everyone's starting at the same time. I only did that last time because like we.
I
did
really
2
like that
sessions.
actually.
That's actually a good point. I'm sorry. What level are we starting at?
1.
Okay. Oh
Yep.
shit! I don't think I've ever started at level 1. That would be
Yeah.
fun.
I mean, it was good the way we did it last time, but the reason we did that was because, we'd get 2 sessions in, and then somebody like, I want to play, and then we'd get another session, and
Yeah.
then someone's like, I want to play. I'm like, okay, well, I gotta find new ways to get you all in here then.
Not that it changes a whole lot.
So we're all like starting out and presumably gonna meet in the first episode of the
Yeah.
characters. Okay.
I guess,
Well,
and this is again entirely up to you, Lady N.
Mhm.
I assume that you're gonna do like the first session will be meeting somewhere with all of them where they'll get to do brief introduction type
Yeah,
of things.
so I'll-
because have
I
you
can
told
give,
them
like,
at
the-
all kind of the background of how it's gonna start?
Well, I was gonna say I could tell you the background of how it's gonna start because it's gonna
Okay.
be like the first 5 seconds of prologue.
Mhm.
But so actually, when you got to Neverwinter, which is one of the major cities, you had asked around about whatever Doug's name's cousin, and you found him.
Do you need us to do this stuff for you, like names for the cousin and stuff like that?
Oh,
We'll
I
get-
had the cousin's name. His name's
Okay.
Gudgeon. I just need your names.
Yes, we will work on that.
Yeah. So your cousin, I do need a clan name though. If you guys could get a clan name, that would be great.
Okay. Gotcha.
So your cousin's name is Gundren. That's who you had been sent. You actually have 3 cousins. So it's Gundren, Thandrin, and Nundro. And you had been sent to find.
You can put that in the text.
Yeah.
And it's Tharden, by the way.
It is Tharden, but I never remember it.
You
and I
never
always call
remember
him
it, yep.
Thandrin, so it's Thandrin now.
Oh my god, I think I know which campaign you're starting this out with.
The
Lost
basic-
Minds of
the Lost,
Fandover.
yeah, the basic
Okay,
one.
Okay.
But it's heavily modified.
Yeah, no worries.
Yes. Nundro. Oh my god, you actually spent some time with Nundro.
I know. I was kidding.
Okay. So yeah, so you were sent to find these three chuckleheads, and you found Gundren in Neverwinter, and you're like, wow, this is so exciting. You guys can like figure out what your first meeting was like. It's up to you. But Gundren's like, wow, amazing. This is so cool. More my fam. This is amazing. Oh man, I have to tell you guys something so exciting. This is so exciting. But before I tell you about all that, let's go meet up in Phandalin where my brothers are, and we'll like hang out and we'll talk about it. I'm so excited to tell you guys, but not yet. And so you're like, okay, great. He's like, super. I've got to go take care of some business real quick. I have this wagon with supplies, with some mining supplies that I need for this awesome surprise I'm going to tell you guys
And
about.
he was definitely not at all sketchy about I have some business to take care of.
Yep, not at all. And he's like, okay, I hired these other jokers to help me escort this wagon down to Phandalin, but y'all family, I trust you a little more. Could you do me a solid and just like go with them and see it safely to Phandalin, and then I'll meet up with you guys in Phandalin.
You know, this fucking happens. I like leave for like 5 seconds and you agree all of this, and I come back and I'm like,
There you go. Yeah, you're like, yeah, there you go.
What? It's so sketchy. This
Yeah,
dude is
man, I got you.
This dude is.
This'll be fun.
And Doug's character was like, oh
This will
my
be
God,
so easy. I'll get all the points. We'll go home and talk it over at a barbecue.
Because I feel like if I'd been like, we were gonna go get your cousin, I'd be like, we're bringing your fucking cousin home, put him in chains, drag him back home.
We found him. Let's go home.
But you like turn around and you're like, yeah, we'll definitely do this thing, absolutely.
Yep. So then Gundren heads out, and you guys are leaving the next day with these other jokers who you all just met.
Gotcha. And that's our like other teammates.
That's your other team. Yeah. So you're like a day's, like we're gonna start out like about a day's journey into this, and that's gonna give me an opportunity to be like, you know, what would you all have shared with each other probably in the first like day, just chilling with these people you don't know.
I will have spent the last day yelling at you about agreeing to do this stupid thing and letting your fucking cousin go. That's what will happen. This might be, I might have to be careful.
You're gonna like break up this engagement before it even starts.
It's okay, if you just play it dumb enough, you can just be like, he just like rolls off him. Like he doesn't really understand what's going. Like, honestly, it's solid. Okay. Religion. Okay, so I have a couple action items I need to. Oh god. Work shit. I have a couple things that we're gonna work on that we need to get out to you. So we'll get the clan name, character names, the description of the religion, and then you and I need to figure out like how everything is going with us. Like how do we?
Not well.
Yeah, in this particular moment, there might be some tension.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We will try very hard to bring it together for the entire group shortly.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I think it'll be good because we'll always have something to talk about from the beginning where it's just like, you fucking idiot. I can't believe you let your stupid cousin go. You had one job.
He'll be back.
So like, and you like, I had to get all 3 of them. One's not enough. You had to go get all 3.
Do we have to get all?
Valid.
Was that the rule actually? We had to get all 3?
Yeah, you had to bring all the cousins back.
But still, you shouldn't have let him go off by himself because God knows where he's going to be. He's possibly like never going to be seen again because you just fucking let him go off into the wilderness with the sketchy fucking wagon.
Well, you're taking the wagon. He was just on his horse.
Okay, but still. Sweet. Okay, I feel like this is a good setup. I feel like we have some good like character sketch stuff going on. Do you need anything more, like, I don't know, more tortured, deep background shit we had to work on? Or is, like, this, like...
I don't think so. I mean, I think it's up to you guys, like... if you guys want to talk any more about like general tensions, between the dwarves and the rest of the newer cities slash the other big continent is Toth, which is like right above Faerun, and that's like the very populated with like most of the humanoid races continent. And that's
our clan is like, I guess there's a couple of, has our clan been approached to join the like Lord Alliance yet?
Yeah, so I would say all the clans have been approached.
Okay.
Like that was, I think, like pretty early in the settlement of once the cities started to take off, like pretty early, because the Large Alliance has been around for a long time.
Okay.
And maybe even before that, like it might have been even before more people have started to settle here, like that the Lord, because like the Lord's Alliance again is like Starfleet, it's like everywhere.
Yeah.
And so like, but maybe before it wasn't that big a deal because it was just like, it's fine. The Faerun dwarves do their thing. Everyone else does their own thing. Like we occasionally trade because they have some really nice metals, but that's it. But now that we have more of the other races settling in Faerun, and like you're getting more, especially now we're starting to get more mixed communities of like the Faerun dwarves that have, maybe moved out of the mountains and are trying to like live with other races. Things are starting to get a little more tense.
Okay. Is there like, are like some of the clans starting to capitulate? Is this like one of those things where we're like one of the last holdouts, or we're one of like a couple holds?
That's an interesting question.
I think what we discussed was the big problem had to do with this religiosity thing, right?
Okay.
In order to be part of the Laird's Alliance, you had to have some sort of
Maybe
religious figure that you followed that they could recognize it,
Like
right?
innate deity.
right, and a recognized deity.
Yeah,
right.
and they can't come up with a recognizable deity.
Maybe
It's not that they're not trying, right? They have nothing necessarily objectionable to being part of the alliance. It's just that there's this kind of fundamental incompatibility.
and maybe part of that, sorry, just to talk out loud here, like because we know there's other magic out there, right? There's like wizardy magic and druidic magic. So maybe they consider you guys more like druidic. They're like, y'all not, and maybe it is kind of like druid. We're kind of using that a little bit, but they're just like, that's like the whole point of justice is it's descended from a power on high. That's like why we use that. You can't get power on high from rocks, guys. It doesn't work that way.
100%.
This is not going to work. So like maybe it's not even like it's just like in their minds, like this is just not workable because the way your religion works, you can't get, I'm trying to think of the divine intervention sort of idea. Like you can't get divine guidance on how to rule in a justice system.
Is there any like, I guess so I'm just trying to think of like if there's any like people like within the like dwarven clans who are like, oh, maybe this is a good idea, and there's like holdouts, like, or is it just like, are there people who are considering being like, well, let's just like fucking name a god, man, let's just like,
yeah, I'm wondering maybe they're like, maybe especially some of the smaller clans, or maybe some of the younger
like,
clans.
Yeah, I was thinking if it's like Starfleet, right? There's like protections that are offered as being part of this, and so there's got to be some political motivation for people to want to join.
Yeah.
And presumably there are people who are just like, I mean, we're not that fucking religious. I don't really care.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely doable. And I think there might be like a mix, maybe some of the clans that like maybe especially some of the clans that are like really close to the cities, or have started to like have more intermixed religion. Yeah, and maybe some of them are like, okay, yeah, we can sign up for this, fine, have a freaking person in here. And then maybe
like the South American communities where it's like, we believe in God. Also, here is our statue to the pagan gods inside of the church.
So I think like it would be a little more problematic because I think again for the justice system it has to be an actual cleric of one of the gods, and like under D&D rules these are like real gods. So they would probably know if you're not actually following them.
The complication is that God isn't real.
Yeah, exactly. But maybe there's like a mix. Maybe like for some of the dwarven clans, they like find some dwarves that are actually like part of these new religions. So like, sure, you can. Like, you're still loyal to the clan. That's fine. You can be the justice. That's fine. And then maybe for some of the other clans, because the benefits are so good, maybe it's like a poor clan or a like a newer clan, they're like, fine, bring in your freaking justice from like, we'll have a freaking elf justice in the city if that's what it takes, but we need all these benefits.
But our clan would be very opposed to that, because if we're like a big like richer clan and we've got like a history of this religion, we're not going to be like, let's just fucking get rid of our political powers.
Exactly. And maybe to you guys, it's, you kind of see it as like cultural purity. So, like just like, we're not going to have our religion and our culture watered down just to make these like foreigners happy and give them what they want.
Well, and it sounds like we're not like dying for protection or money at this point in time yet anyways. So we don't really need to trade we don't need the trade-off.
Right. And there's always, and as you know, there's always people willing to trade outside of the official channels, right?
Yeah.
So you've probably done just fine with that.
Okay. Sorry, this is helpful. I'm just trying to like I said, get like some background if there's like, because I was like, well, is there like, is part of the reason I'm being kicked out because there's like younger factions who are like, get the fuck out of here. Like here, we don't need your like old religion. We want to like go to like a new religion and get this like system into place. But I don't think that's the case here. Okay.
I mean, you could do it for your clan. That's up to you guys if you wanted to do that.
No, I think the idea that if we come from like a like settled clan that's kind of powerful and like not like obscenely powerful, but like they're like settled, they're like rich, they don't need this stuff, like then I think that works. That makes sense. Okay, that's helpful.
I do want to say probably the vast majority of the dwarves are not like that. That like still like the majority are more on the we don't want to join side than the we're starting to convert side.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
And maybe part of that is the influence from the great dwarven clans, because they're like, these guys are all newcomers. They've only been here for 100 years. If we convert over to what they're doing, these stupid cities could die off tomorrow. And now we've lost the support of the great clans.
That's true.
So it's also kind of like dangerous to join the Lord's Alliance because you're like,
you don't know how stable it is yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and you said because we've been here for 1,000 years or
right,
we're the ones with the established society, not them.
Exactly.
Rocks are for forever.
True. Can we have like a cool city? Can it be
absolutely?
Sweet.
Yeah, that's like I said, make it an awesome city. You guys can be the masters of your dwarven clan and what you want it to be like.
A cool underground city, like Mines of Moria, but like before it got destroyed.
The mines are like a day and a half down the road. Y'all are. You don't get enough vitamin D if you're living underground. Come on now.
Of course, we don't need to see this.
You would have figured that out hundreds of years ago. People having all these health problems. You're like, we need to put our houses on the surface.
Like, dwarves that are like they're like underdark dwarves. Like that's their thing. They live like in the ground.
But those are underdark. Are you underdark? Are you gonna go that route?
I mean, honestly, that'd be kind of cool, but
I think it would be really hard to integrate into this. I mean, talk to your DM about that.
No, I think underdark is always like. They're like pretty much evil, so because we're doing the whole society from there, I don't think we can make
it's not so that it's more because everybody else are surface dwellers, and so if you decided to be an underdark, it'd be like, why the shit are you here? You are clearly a spy.
It's like, no, we're already like that. We're like, what are you fucking coastal westerners doing in our fucking land? Get out. I'm like that. He's probably just like, hello, it's nice to meet you.
Let's be friends.
I love everybody.
So really, it's like you're Carl and I'm Doug.
Yes.
There you go. Perfect.
I'm just hiding in the reports because I love you.
Honestly, that's kind of what I. So I think it works out.
Yup.
I think friendly and dumb is like always a good combination. It's up to you. You can do what you want. Like you can also like because the other tack you can take with dumb is you can be like ultra bravado dude, where it's like you're not necessarily friendly. You're just like you think that you're the best at everything. Like you're pretty much convinced you're amazing and everything you do is the best. While,
In the scene,
demonstrating that you're not.
in the scene, what's it called? The Holy Grail, and he just goes Lancelot. He goes into the wedding. And he's just like, haha! I will save the princess.
Yeah. So it's like it's up to you what you want to do. So you gotta like I don't know what appeals to you.
Think about it a little
You
bit.
gotta think about it. Okay.
What can I reasonably like play?
Yeah, you do want something that you can like keep a through line.
Yeah.
So like I'm not always good about this. I like sometimes like vacillate wildly between personas, but
It's also, it's the first, we're all gonna get our sea shoes on here. I think
Seashells?
I think for the vast majority of people, this will be their first D&D game.
okay.
I think you've got the most experience out of everyone here.
Oh, that's bad.
So I think Kate has played a little bit, maybe.
She's played like one session, I think.
Yes, there you go.
Like one like game with friends. She's done more than like one session.
Okay.
But
And then, so after that, the other 3 people play? No, we have 4. Who else is playing? Oh, yeah. The other 3 people. The other 3 people are playing, have not played at all. Have never played.
I mean, so technically you've played in 2 other campaigns. So
Oh, okay.
Neither of them are very serious.
well, we've been playing like homebrew campaigns.
Well,
that are
that's
not-
what, yeah. Because remember you
So
told me
they're
you
not-
haven't played D&D and D&D.
That's he hasn't played like actual D&D. So this will be totally different because it's going to be like there's going to be actual like role play and like normally we play like this Harry Potter game that's like not at all serious, and we mostly just go around setting things on fire, and it's not, this will not be that.
I figured.
But he's always been very good about coming up with detailed characters, so this will be a good chance to actually like use the detailed characters and like. Hey, the other thing you should think about is like, what does your character want? Like, what's like the thing that like
Motivation.
makes them really like
Yeah.
they're a young paladin, so like why did they go in to be a paladin? Was it for a reason? Was it like what did they want out of this? What's their career? What's their 5-year fucking plan?
Paladin's 5-year plan? What the shit? I don't think they have 5-year
Where
plans.
do you see yourself in 5 years? What would you say your greatest weakness is?
My lack of a rigid exoskeleton.
Fair.
I see, Abby, your character's 5-year plan just being like the protagonist in To Say Nothing of the Dog. He just wants to take a nap.
Yeah.
He just wants to take a nap, and no one will let him take a nap.
He wants to be left alone. He just wanted to, like he thought the whole thing he put in his time, and he thought when he was done he was going to be able to sit alone in his house quietly, and everyone would just leave him the fuck alone.
So then I guess for your question, for your character is why is your character agreed to this, to take this guy out? This seems like far from Hermitage.
I think I wasn't given an option. I think it's like somebody like in the leadership came to me and was like, "You cannot be here." Like,
But then you came out here, and then you're like, I could just ditch this doofus. Why you stick around?
yeah, but like I've gotten working for
Ooh,
that
you
return,
could keep trying to ditch him, but he notices.
and he like comes after me. I could see I like try to
You're
like
going the
sneak
wrong
back.
way.
I wake up at 8 a.m. and I'm like halfway back to like my home, and he comes back and he's like, "Hey, I saw you were heading down this road, and I just
I think
wanted
you're
to let you know."
sleepwalking again.
Now he's all paranoid about it.
Oh, you call him Pops. It's okay,
I
Pops.
think
got
he's
you,
trying to
Pops. I'll
leave
protect you,
me.
Pops. That old
Maybe
buddy,
I
that
feel like
area's
it's
dangerous. Let's get you
like-
back to the
like you're a
tent.
Senile,
Oh no.
like dementia adult,
Yeah.
or if it's my job. To
Yeah, exactly. You
have
think
to
like
do. Like,
You
that's what
each
I-
think you're protecting the other one out here. Like
Yeah.
he's just trying to leave, but you're like, oh, buddy, no, it's okay. I got you. I got you.
That's
Would
actually
you
a
like
good
some
call.
tapioca?
Oh my god. So that's good. You know what I just thought of? I think I like the idea. What if the head of the church came to me and was like, I know you just don't want to be, you made it very clear you don't want to be here. And if you just complete this stupid fucking mission, we will let you get everything you want. Just bring
Yes.
home 3 brothers and
We will
let
give you 5 solid gold bars.
It's
I
like,
think
we will
that's
leave you
good.
alone forever. If
I
you
think
just
that's good.
all you have to do. And
I
that
like
way
that.
it's like I
We
know
have
I-
this really small house right over there near the seaside. Great view, far away from everything. It's yours. You just have to keep it
finally
like from falling apart. Otherwise, you do you. Have
also
fun with
thinking-
it.
I need to think of a sad backstory for this dude. Like, why does he want to be a hermit? Because like when he was younger, he didn't want to be. Like he was like a religious person. So I'm gonna have to think
Oh,
about.
no. It's real
What
easy. Super religious, but as he got older, realized he was gay. And the church was like, no. And he was like, but this is who I am. And the church was like, we're going to pray that shit away forever. You will do that like 90 hours a week.
Like a nature church wouldn't give a shit. I feel like your nature church would be just like, we don't really care, man. Just be nice to the rocks, and we don't give a shit.
Okay.
Your child.
Yeah.
So your character encountered marijuana and it was great and started smoking. The church was like, you can't smoke that! Ah!
But it's natural.
But it's natural. But you're burning it! Misuse of hemp. It's so useful. I don't know. Something to that effect.
I gotta think. Do some-
Churches always have an enemy, right?
True.
Catholicism, it's homosexuality, right?
What are Buddhists' enemy?
Idiots. I don't know. Evangelicals' enemy are people who think and have common sense, and right? I don't know. But so figure out who the enemy of your church is, and maybe deep down you're that.
I think and I'm also thinking it could be that like it started out like smaller, like maybe the church has gotten more formalized over the years too. Like we started out like as a smaller, like more like loose institution, and as
You
kind
throw rocks at each other, and that was
Well,
fun. But now you're like,
especially-
rocks.
Well, especially because dwarves lived for like 400 years, even though this was like been a great clan for
It's
a
true.
while. But maybe like before, like when you started, like the sect of religion was like yeah, we're true believers. You know, we're gonna give like we live simple lives and we like do our prayers. And now they're
Yeah.
like, our clan's the shit, and
Yeah.
this is a very
like-
nice fancy place we're living in.
and we're like political now. Like we get more involved in like local politics in a way that I'm not like cool with. Like,
Yep.
yeah,
You just want to be a simple guy.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think this is like a good, and I've just like gotten more disillusioned as I've gone on with politics, and the more I'm just like, I just want to be out of this fucking shit. I just want to be a hermit in the rock.
Yep.
No.
Oh, you were like, I thought if I became religious, I'd get to like have peace and quiet. It hasn't
Yeah.
turned out that way. It used
I
to
was-
be that way.
I was promised meditation
Yeah.
and like Zen moments, and instead it's like go run the soup kitchen. I'm not.
No, worse. They're like, go kiss the ring and get us
Oh,
another
true.
500 gold.
That's
And you're
the
like,
point.
no.
I like it. Okay.
I'm going to take that ring and throw it into Mordor. As far as I can. Hopefully it ends up in Mount Doom.
I do really like the idea that you think that I'm senile.
It's probably
Or
just
just
told me
Yeah.
just to fuck with you.
yeah, or just in general that you're like he's like the guy that wants to help grandma across the street. He's like, oh no, I'm here to help you. Oh, I won't let anything happen to you. And you're like, I can fucking
No.
handle myself.
Which, like, by the way, as like a cleric, clerics are like super powerful. So,
Yo.
like a dwarf cleric is gonna be like.
And he's just like,
Right.
oh, this poor guy. Oh.
you may not get healed in battle. Just be aware. Thankfully, you're a paladin. You can do that yourself.
I was gonna say, like, oh, buddy, did your healing powers not work at this battle? It's okay. I got it, my friend. Oh, it's all right.
Oh man, you missed me with your healing spell. It got everybody else.
Everyone should be.
We'll get you some glasses when we get back to the clan. It's okay.
What your fucking glasses, you motherfucker!
Definitely the thing is, like, they didn't tell me I had to bring him back alive. It was that I brought my cousins back alive. I just need you as long as it gives me to get to the cousins.
You'd be like slowly poisoning his coffee every morning.
Yeah.
This tastes a little weird.
I like the idea that, like, instead of him trying to, like, leave to go home all the time, he's actually trying to leave him behind and go do this quest by himself and just, like, get the fuck away from you, but it's not working. He's like, did you not realize I was here on the road? You left without me this morning.
Or maybe you're encouraging him to leave Roy Jenkins. He's like, oh man, what's she do? And you're like, I think someone needs to charge in there and defeat those
You're so
goblins."
big and strong. You can do this.
Maybe you lean into the
It's
attitude-
dangerous, but someone's got to do it.
It's gonna be good. So yeah, you just need to think of like what did you do to piss off the church leadership?
I mean, as smart as he is, maybe he literally like pissed on him. Like, oh, shit, there was the wind. Ah, crap,
I
it
think
shifted. Ah.
lean into the political stuff too. That if he's like they're trying to be more political and they sent their shiny paladins out to oppress people and you just like fucked up real bad. Like you just broke a bunch of shit and like insulted like important like clan daughter or something.
There you go.
You brought back the wrong hostage.
It's like a
You idiot! This was the one that you were protecting.
Okay.
They all look the same. I don't know.
I feel like we have a pretty good background. So Nikki, I'll go ahead and get you that stuff. Like, so we'll get character sheets put together and like we'll get you the like religion and all that stuff. So
Okay. Sounds good.
nice. I can't wait to see what Kate came up with because
Yes.
You may never know. You may never reveal
pretty
it to
good.
you.
like
It is really good, though.
It is
I-
really
So the first one she did was amazing. So I figured this would be pretty good.
I at least really liked it. It was, Kate. When Kate gets involved in something, she really puts effort into it,
Very true.
and the result was I enjoyed reading. It was really good. I like Kate a lot, though. But
She has good character backstories. That's her jam. So
yeah.
Yup.
Hey, Lady N.
Uh-huh.
Did you even tell them why I'm here?
Why you're here?
Yeah. Do they
Wait.
know what I'm here for?
I
What role I play?
don't know. Did
I,
I
ju-
tell
I just
you?
don't want it to be jarring when
Sure.
it happens.
I was actually just about to explain some of the gameplay stuff and how we'll
Okay.
be working together.
I'm not just here because I live with her.
Yep.
okay.
So Reed and I are gonna co-DM the campaign.
Cool.
Yeah. So
But very, very,
very segmented, very bifurcated.
Okay.
So I'm gonna run I'm gonna run like probably a good chunk of it. Most of the most of everything except combat. Let's just say that.
okay.
Yep.
Get to combat, Reed's gonna take over.
Okay.
The
Unless-
music will change.
Yes, Reed's also going to be in charge of music and finding and running the music throughout the
Nice.
campaign.
Nice.
It's,
because
the music part's gonna be awful. I can guarantee that.
Well, it's also just like so. What I learned from running my last campaign.
It's
is
a lot.
It's a lot, and I'm just really bad at battles. I'm really bad at
Okay.
running them. I like half the time I forget like the monster's special things, so they die too fast. I'm like, oh fuck, he had a half resistance to that thing.
She
And
did that after our final battle. She was like, we got done, and she was rightfully upset that it was a lich.
right?
It was a baby lich.
It was a baby lich. But even still, against some, level nothing motherfuckers, a baby lich should have been able to do a whole lot of damage,
Yeah.
right? But then we rolled goodly and we did some smart things. But we still, like, it was what, 3 rounds?
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 rounds.
Nikki,
It was
you're
was
allowed to
bad.
fudge rolls, right? You're the DM. You
And the problem wasn't me fudging the rolls. The problem was them.
Dude, we beat the shit
So, like,
out of that
I
thing.
I
It was so
specifically-
bad.
I specifically chose that monster and designed that monster to do tons of area damage because I was like, these motherfuckers always roll really well and they always kill my things too fast. So I need to do area damage, lots of area damage spells, so that I at least knock some of them out and
Yeah.
they have to actually try harder.
Yeah.
Every single one of those motherfuckers rolled like a 16 or higher on all their save throws.
Oh,
Yep.
God. Oh,
Every
that's-
single time.
that does
Every
suck.
single time.
And also, we had just leveled up, right? So I was wizard with level 3 spells. So I was able to just go up there and fucking cuddle him with no one else in range and be like, I'm gonna burn the fuck out of you. And he was like,
Yep.
Battles do sound tough.
with like a natural 20.
Yep.
That's so irritating.
So we're gonna see how Reed does running battles, and I don't have to be frustrated about it because I don't
That's
even like running battles.
really- So the key point in what she just said is so that she doesn't get frustrated by it.
yeah, yeah.
I agreed to this because I don't want my wife to be frustrated at the end of these sessions.
Well, and I think
Right?
you'll enjoy it more. I think because like usually I get to I'm like, oh, I have to do this. All right, I guess we'll have to fight.
You two know each other, right? A little bit, maybe. When your significant other is all frustrated and angry and trying to go to bed at night, that's not the greatest.
That's why
You
we-
want
Your room.
right? It's like let's try and help you. I'll do the battling things, and
Yep.
you can enjoy the story things. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I meant to ask. So, because I feel like everybody does this different. Are you very into like battle maps and positioning and like, or I guess Reed? Are you into that?
So we're playing in Zoomville,
Okay, yeah.
right?
Which makes things harder to do.
So here, let me show you how we do battle-y things generally. Let me go push some buttons. This is what we did previously, and it worked pretty
That's it.
well.
We've never really done, like honestly, I think it's because my DM is too lazy to do it. We've never really done the like things where it's like you can move 30 feet per like square or whatever. Like that's totally new for me. So I'll be doing that.
Yeah. We usually do, but it's usually like pretty rough. I'm just like, Reed's gonna show you.
We can't do like she won't let us do like you're 3,000 feet away and you're doing like a melee attack. But
Yeah.
you know, we don't tend to do like we're gonna count every fucking grid and be like, oh sorry.
Where is
Yeah,
it?
we don't do like it's more just like so Reed's gonna show you, but we do like a whiteboard, and then we're like, this guy's over here, he's about 90 feet away, and this guy's over here, he's 120 feet away, and this guy's right up on your business.
Okay.
And then like we do generally, that like it would take you this many rounds to get over to that guy 120 feet away, but
All
it's
right.
not gridded out.
Okay.
So you see there's a whiteboard here,
I see a white screen, yeah.
right? So what we do generally, because this is the easiest thing, is we will draw a battle, right?
I didn't recognize this battle map.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful, and we will stamp your party however you have decided they're laid out, right?
Mhm.
And then we're going to draw the necessary things on it. Right, here's a fountain. It'll be great, right? I might decide to draw some doodles. So you know what it is. This is a fountain, right? Then we're going to stamp your enemies, right? Not necessarily all of them, right? If there's one here and there and you don't know about them, they won't be here.
Yeah.
Yeah? And so then what'll happen is you'll be like, oh shit, this is what happened. And we'll start moving them around, right? We'll label them. Like this is, that was one of our guys, right?
So we label them so we know who you are. Right? And then we'll move you around the battle as necessary, right? And so then you're gonna move in. Tay, he's gonna come up here and try and hack and slash because that's what Tay always does. Right? But as he does
And now
that,
he's Luna.
oh, fuck a duck. Jeez. You know, that is the downside of this application. It sucks Rhino dick. All right. Do. Right, but as he moves in, what happened is this guy that was here moved up on him, right? Woo! Now he's stuck. There's a little flanking action there. Una ran in here. She was going to do some pew pew pew. And she noticed that there's a guy right here that's going to attack her in 2 seconds. And this big bad guy over here. Let's draw a little box. He's on a little throne because he thinks highly of himself, right? And then 2 seconds later, Varys just runs right the fuck up here. He goes, I'm leaving chickens, right? But this is how we run the battles normally.
Okay.
Right? It works pretty well. It's not the prettiest.
I mean, it works. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't need to be super
But
pretty.
Zoom works for everybody is the thing,
Yeah.
right? You don't have to go get a specific login and pay $100 a year to a specific application or anything, which I've done, but I can't expect everyone to do that. So
But no,
this
this
works
is
pretty well. Everyone can see it. You can see what's going on. If the numbers don't line up really well, we might maybe call on it. We'll be like, look, Varys did his blast of wind again, and you can't do that. Depending on how the DM does it, maybe she'll let you use the wind to kind of push you so you can move faster. I don't know if she's going to do that. I don't know what your
that's up to
Varys is
you.
going to do.
You're the battle person.
Your Varys, by the way, and I think this is so cool. So the person who's playing effectively Varys's role is Kate,
Okay.
right, Lady N?
Mm-hmm.
So Kate is playing the character I was last game, which I think is awesome. Shh, don't tell her.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So
that seems pretty
that's
straightforward.
how we do the battles.
Okay.
They work pretty well. We can save those doodles. I do record the sessions on Zoom now, and I'll post those onto my YouTube so that you can go back to them and analyze them for a couple weeks before we do it again.
Yeah,
We just started doing that. I think it's really useful.
No, that's fair. Okay. One other question about like, do we track weights for like equipment and shit? Like where it's like you can only I
I
just
might like yeah.
Don't
If it's,
Unless you do something really
Yeah.
dumb.
or
Okay.
obscene. If you're like, I'm gonna carry this 500-pound statue home, I'm like,
Right.
mm.
Yeah. If there is a gargoyle made of tungsten, and you're like, oh my god, I could sell that for so many dollars back in town.
but we're not going Skyrim on this. There's not like a 200-pound like
There's
weight.
no 200-pound. I might look at you cross-eyed if you're like, every single goblin I killed, I'm gonna loot all their armor and all their weapons, and I'm gonna put it in my sack, and I'm like, your sack can't fit all that. That's not gonna work, buddy.
And this,
Yeah.
so this is the result of we
will tell
haven't
you-
had anyone abuse these privileges
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
So don't do that, and it won't be a problem.
Yeah.
I will
Even
I
the
will
kids,
a
like,
backpack, but I don't tend to carry like heavy objects. It's just like,
Yeah.
if you give me a spoon, that spoon will stay in my inventory for the entire game.
Yep, that's fine. That's fair.
yeah,
Okay,
the kids though, even like we would
get
we would
pizza.
wreck a bunch of goblish, and we would take their gold, and that was it.
Yep.
Right? We weren't like, take those boots, we'll sell them for 2 copper pieces. Like, we just leave that shit.
My last game, I got yelled at because I was just like keeping everything, but it came in handy. There was this one point where I kept this like demon's head that had like fallen off. And I got
It
yelled
had
at. so
fallen
then-
off.
Well, I mean, it got cut off, but
Okay,
it just fell off. I don't know. I found it that way. It's weird. It's so weird. I don't know.
anyways, it worked out really well because later we found her like father, and I threw her head at his feet, and it was very dramatic.
See,
So
yeah, I'm totally for that. All
that is
for
kind
it.
of shit that I like to do.
I might say something like, Ashley's gonna get stinky. that might stain the other crap in your bag. What are you gonna do for that?
Probably don't want to do that if I'm running battles. Just a heads up.
Oh, because
I
you're
probably
like,
still will, just because that's how I roll. Like, I'm okay. I'm okay with
Because
consequences.
I'm
There
a
you go.
dad,
No,
right?
hey, here's my
You
deal.
throw my kid's head down on the floor in front of me, there's a 0% chance you're walking out of here alive. It's
It was
just not gonna happen.
Literal demon from hell.
I
Literal-
don't give two shits. Have you met Avery?
She's not a demon from hell. This was an actual demon.
No,
from hell.
she's a demon from Lady N.
No,
That's not hell. I've been there once,
I'm just saying.
at least.
I 100% like. I'm totally fine with consequences. I'm like a huge fan. Like, if I do something stupid, I expect there to be consequences. But I will still do the stupid thing. That is just like how I like to play.
So
Just,
we
like,
we
it's
should
fun.
probably preface this with some obvious things, right? Like we're parents, right? So you do that parent-child thing. It might cause an emotional reaction. I might just destroy you.
A 600-year-old demon and her 10,000-year-old father. It's like not a.
So she's like a baby.
No.
Yeah, that's
what?
my
You
baby.
Monster. You monster, Abby.
You just murdered my infant. She was just learning how to fart fireballs.
Baby shit. Nobody's better.
Literally tried to kill everyone in our party and
That's
destroy
what
the
she
world.
was taught. So she was making her daddy proud.
Supposed to not do. First of all, I didn't even know she was someone's daughter until after.
Of
Everybody
course
is
she was
somebody's
someone's daughter.
Abby.
See, Abby? Oh boy,
Oh,
this
wait,
might be tough for you.
Are you telling me that I can't kill anyone in this game because it might be
Oh
someone
no,
child?
kill everyone.
I can't kill any goblins because they're somebody's little boy. I swear to God,
You never know what's gonna happen, Abby.
this is gonna end really poorly.
Look, I ended up with a death whistle, so like I'm okay with killing shit. Just understand that I have my own personal things. Just don't kill my baby.
Demon is not a bit okay.
Demons got mommies and daddies too.
It probably
As
will-
you learned in the game.
Oh my God! Wait, I then killed him, so it worked out. Well.
Well, good. That's what you should have done. He doesn't need that emotional pain for the next 50 million years.
He only had it for like an hour after we killed him.
Good.
Fine.
That's what you should have done.
Anyways, okay. Anything else we should cover?
I don't think so. Can't
Okay.
think of anything. Do you guys have any questions just about like gameplay, or I guess you asked all your questions about gameplay, or just
Yeah.
like
It
feel like
will be via Zoom. We'll send out Zoom links at least
Yep.
15 minutes in advance. We're really good at planning.
Yeah, we were talking about, like as people want, we could also do some in-person games. Like I know Leon is interested in hanging out and doing some in-person
Dude,
games.
my hand disappears when I
I
do
know
that.
it's
What
like
the
very
fuck?
far from you guys, so like no pressure. But if you want to come over to play some, like I would offer to come over. But the only problem is we can only play after Avery's in bed. So I was like happy to do in-person games. Very selfishly, it has to be at my place for that to happen.
We don't have like mic equipment here, so it's
Yeah.
not like.
But so yeah, like it's a probably be an open house for whoever wants
Yep.
to come over.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel like doing it, we always have Zoom because Kate's always going to be in Georgia.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
she has an interview
Well,
up
hold
here
on,
in DC.
hold on.
No, her.
She's always gonna be in Georgia.
We all hope
Okay. They speak a little bit slower.
Kate doesn't. That's not a problem Kate has.
Boy, wouldn't it be funny if she did spend another decade there and got the infection?
Yeah.
I mean, inflection.
We'll see. Hopefully not. But she might. Who knows?
Never know.
There was a gentleman at Purdue.
He was a VP, pretty high up, and he smoked also. So I encountered him out at the smoking pit, and he was from Georgia. He was from the plant down there called the Perry plant, and I really enjoyed his accent. Georgian people, the way they talk, it is sticky sweet and really polite and really slow, and it's got a great musicality to it, and they can be telling you to go fuck yourself with a red hot
That's possible.
fire poker, and it's just music to your ears. It is amazing. He was great fun to listen to.
Hey, that's a good character voice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm bad at character voices, so I might try one, but it may not work out. We'll see.
No, we're not doing that.
Okay.
If you do that in battle, it'll cost you. I don't know about the rest of the game. That's up to Nikki. But you do that shit in battle, and it's gonna backfire.
I don't really talk about it.
Ah, motherland!
say,
No,
yeah.
no, you're gonna trip and fall on these shoelaces.
You can only do that. They'd roll a natural one.
Yeah, you can't just do that for no reason.
No, I'll just have you roll something while you're charging in. I'll be like, oh man, you need a dexterity right now. They'll be like, why? Because your shoelaces.
I don't think that's how it works.
I was gonna say you're gonna get evicted from that battle master job like that.
Oh man.
Now, if
Okay.
you bring the Russian accent, maybe we'll allow it.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not good at accents, so I may just be like, fuck it. This is my.
That's fair.
Well, it looks like your fiance is gonna take a nap.
I know. I think
Yeah.
it's late for us. We're getting old. I'm tired. So
Yo.
I'm sorry, what?
this is what happens. You get tired as you get older.
Did
I
you
don't know.
hear that, Nikki?
I'm always tired. It's just my perpetual state always. I'm just used to it.
Y'all need some kids in your life.
Now we're good.
Let's talk about how tired you are at the end of the day.
You're
Yeah.
really selling it.
we got.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me try that again.
We gotta get married.
I have all of this energy.
Well, you're doing that.
All this happy face is because I have kids.
They're definitely trying to gatekeep exhaustion. That's the way it goes.
Yep. That's it.
Oh, hey, speaking of, before we sign off,
Mhm.
we're doing an engagement party.
Ooh.
My mom's putting it together. We're having an anniversary.
Aw.
So
I'm shocked.
you guys are invited. I'll send you the details, but it's in October 9th.
Okay.
Hold on.
Reed really enjoys people when they plan things that far out.
I was gonna say you put some stuff on a calendar. I love that. October, you said?
Yeah, October. 9th.
Boy, we'll just block off that day right quick.
There you go.
So we're just gonna do
Abby and Doug engagement.
I was gonna ask when we go do some planning, Abby. We need to take a trip to a yarn store sometime, but that's like
Yeah.
not the main thing that we need to do.
We got we're just trying to narrow down some venues. We just started getting pricing and stuff today. So we're looking at that, and then we're gonna do venue tours. Once I get some of that sorted out, then we'll
Okay.
start looking at because like a lot of things can change based on where the venue is, right?
Mhm.
So
Yep, for sure. Are you guys looking like any general area or just like all around the DMV or
Mostly
anywhere
all ar-
else?
all around because like it's just so expensive right around here. So
Mhm.
Hey,
We're-
highly recommend the place we went.
I know. I did see.
For obvious
It's
reasons,
like-
we chose them.
I know. Well, I know. And I was looking at their pricing, which was pretty moderate. But I was like, I don't know. Can I get married at the same place Nikki and Reed got married? It feels kind of
It'd
weird.
be a little weird. That'd be a
A
little
little weird.
weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Really, Nikki?
Not
That
that,
was-
like if Abby wants to,
Hold up.
all power to you. I just feel like
We
I'm like-
picked that place. It was good enough for us. How is it not good enough for them?
It feels like I'm copying you. It feels like it's just being like, oh yeah.
No.
Well, I just feel like you can have my leftovers. Here you go.
Hold on. No. Let's not phrase it that way. That's
But we-
not.
Other places.
That's not
like,
cool.
There's this place in like around Catoctin up in Maryland that's
Oh.
like mountain kind of like
That
resort.
sounds
thing.
nice.
So we're looking at that. There's
Oh man, great idea. Like 3-day hike out
There
to
you
a
go.
beautiful scenic overlook. It won't
you
cost
go.
you anything. And
Nobody
people
will come.
won't show up. Yeah, there'll be like
Yeah,
4
there you
people
go.
there. So
My
you can
dad.
easily cook for them.
There you go.
So we're looking at that. We found a place that we're trying to get a quote from. It's actually on Skyline Drive that we're like interested in.
That sounds nice.
And there's a couple like mansions and manors around here that we'll see, but we'll see. I'm mostly in sticker shock. There's a lot of like venues
Yeah.
are expensive, and venues around
Yep.
here are very expensive. So
Mm-hmm.
we're like looking at it. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to pay 10 grand just for like to rent the like room. Like
Yeah.
that's a lot of money.
Do you see Nikki's face right now?
Yeah, I
I do
definitely
think the venue's like one of the most expensive pieces, though.
Yeah.
and catering. We expect catering is the next part. So then that's the problem. Like there was this really cool one. It was there's a botanical garden in Vienna called Meadowlark.
Oh,
That
I went and saw Meadowlark
Yeah.
when I was
Yeah.
looking for Aaron's wedding. I went to that one.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they're so gorgeous.
That was
but
really pretty.
I like the prices are just like way too like expensive.
Yeah.
Like it's like 25 just between the catering and the like venue itself. That is like
And-
nothing.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the hardest pieces, like depending on what you guys want. I know a lot of venues like require you to use their catering, and it's the catering that bumps up the price.
Yeah.
Like there was one place Reed and I were looking at, I feel like it was one of the historical properties, and like it was a pretty reasonable venue price. It was like $5,000. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. I really like it. They're like, okay, you just have to use our caterer, like Blue Heron. And then I looked it up, like $20,000
Yeah,
just
for another
catering.
$19,000. Yeah, no, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I feel like when I started, I was like, oh, okay, so 20K is our budget, and then I'm like sitting there being like, shit, is 20K not enough? 20K is not enough, apparently. Like, I thought that was a
Mhm.
very reasonable budget. It is apparently not.
Yeah.
Not around here.
Yeah.
Well, look, that's why we ended up where we did, right?
Mhm.
Because
But we're finding places that are a little further out. That because I think that's the thing. If you want to do it in DC, you're
Mhm.
basically like you're gonna spend 30K minimum. Like
Yep.
I don't think you can get away with less than 30K.
Yeah.
But I think that if you go further out or find places that are a little bit more off the beaten path, you can
Right.
do that.
Yeah,
So-
for sure. And people are already like taking time off to go do this. So, most people are already going to have to travel to get there. So, what's traveling a little further?
Yeah, that's the thing. We're hoping that, like, not super far, but like
Right.
somewhere that like, we may not do like Leesburg. I just
Yeah.
like
Though again,
I had to get married in January.
advantage to a destination wedding. Then only the people that really care are going to show up, and you could be like, you
Dude,
could send
yeah.
out like 200 invitations, but you're like, we only have to like host
and
20
the people that don't show up will send you shit.
Exactly, like, oh, we can't make it, but here's a check.
That's what my uncle did for his second wedding.
Mhm.
His destination, fucking Edinburgh.
Jesus, yeah. I mean, most people aren't going to go there.
Exactly. But you still send the invitation, like, if you want to come, it's only like a $500 plane ticket, no problem.
I will say, like, this is the kind of thing I realized, like, now I get it. Now it's like, when people are like, I would never have another wedding. It's like, okay, I get it. I can understand if you do this once and you're like, the second time it rolls around, like, no shit, we're not doing this again. Are you joking? Like,
Yeah.
Perfect idea. Ready? Hey, Nikki,
Mhm.
when the lease is up on your Hawaii property,
I was.
we
thinking
will
about
offer
it.
that
I was thinking
to
about
Abby
that.
and Doug. Then they have a destination wedding.
In
It's called
Hawaii.
fucking Hawaii. They got a place to stay for, a week or whatever,
Yup.
right? How many people are going to show up? Nobody.
I'm sure some people will show up, but we'll have a house.
Well, yeah, mommy and daddy,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are
feel
the
like
people that'll show up, and that's
would
about
just-
it.
so much trouble if we did that.
Yeah.
We would just be like in heinous amounts of trouble.
But you're
We'll see.
grown-ups. You get to do that.
I know. Well, they contributed a little bit financially, which was really sweet of them. And they did all say, like, oh, we don't have any say. We're not gonna like try to like make you do anything. So
Then you'll be like, great, I guess we're going across the world for our wedding.
Give it a few months. That might
Well,
change.
get married at a courthouse and pocket the cash.
Yeah, exactly. You said you weren't gonna weigh in. You can come to the courthouse.
we will see. We've been talking about doing stuff like maybe we don't need to do a fancy ceremony. Maybe we just do like a courthouse wedding and then do like the
Nice reception.
reception afterwards. And so
I mean,
we'll see.
Yeah, I mean that
That's
again.
that's what we did.
That's what we did because like
Yeah.
the
We
ceremony
just-
was at the same place.
Our
or something.
reception happened to look an awful lot like a ceremony for some other people's benefit.
Yeah.
Well, because like we're not religious, so it's like I don't need the like that. We don't need to be in a fucking church or anything like
Well,
that.
yeah, it wasn't the religious thing. It was just that maybe some people didn't know that we were already married.
But also, I think a lot of people come for that part is to like
Yep.
see the oaths and all that.
Yeah.
Pageantry.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
Dog getting kicked by a horse.
Yep. I mean,
So-
and you have to have some level of ceremony, Abby, because Avery's got to wear her flower girl dress. That's all I'm saying. For flowers is very important.
That's my role. I have to do that.
That's the reason. That's the only
What-
reason you do a ceremony.
Also, I'm gonna tell her that I have to wear my flower girl dress with her.
Well, you say yeah.
What if we set up like a tiny aisle? It's like 2 feet long, and we just have Avery walk down the aisle throwing flowers.
To what? Are you guys still gonna do this? Like you're gonna?
No, that's the ceremony. Is Avery
No.
gonna walk down an aisle throwing flowers? We'll line
Have
with
you
people.
met Avery? She would not tolerate
Actually,
that.
No, actually, Avery might tolerate that because then all eyes would be on her. That'd be the whole
Yeah.
point of it.
Yeah.
She'd be like, "This is
Literally,
fine."
the only they're
She
having-
will demand the music, though.
That's okay. She can have.
That's true.
Does she get to pick the music? She will pick the music.
She can pick the music. We're just
There you
Okay.
go. It's like
You're
a
gonna be
show.
having flowers to bad guy.
I was gonna say it's gonna be Billie Eilish, bad guy.
There we go. And we'll just like we're just gonna set up a little like 4-foot aisle just
There
for
you
Avery
go.
to come out and wear her dress. And
That'd be
throw-
fine. That'd be fine. She'd be fine with that.
Just be aware, she might start dancing.
That's all. I'm totally cool with that. This is really just this is Avery's show. We're just paying for it.
You just paid $20,000 so a 4-year-old can throw flowers on the ground.
Oh my god.
That makes sense.
I will say this when I told Kate about it, she was like, "You're not having like a real wedding, are you?" And I was like, "No, I am, Kate." And she was like, "Okay, but you just like you hate talking about emotions in front of lots of people." And I was like, "You make a good point." That is-
No,
that
no.
is-
You just have to write your vows very specifically.
See, these are your
Okay.
vows, yeah. You just
Right?
give him a punch on the shoulder. Good luck to you, buddy. You
Or
did
or you
it.
keep it very short and sweet, right? You get out like an elaborate, nice leather band. Hold on, ready? Like this. You can even borrow this one if you want, right? Nice leather bound. You can't even see it, right? It looks all official and like you wrote a whole bunch of shit in it, right? And you open it up. I love you. I said it. Done.
There we go. I don't know.
Right?
That's too much actually. I can't commit to saying that in front of a whole bunch of people.
Okay, you say on a scale of 1 to 10, you're at least a 9. I'll take it.
At that vineyard, it'll be perfect.
Yeah, there's a place called Bro Vineyard.
Oh, there you go.
Right?
And just like say it like that.
Bro.
Bruh.
This is it's
See?
fine. We're
Why
not gonna have
not?
it's way too expensive.
That's the reason, yeah. That's the main reason.
Oh my god. Okay, we better call it.
Or
Alrighty.
you could get a Pokeball and do the I choose you thing.
You know what? Our friends already did that, so it'd be feel cheap at this point. Literally, that's how they got engaged. So
Fucking kidding
You
me.
can copy my homework, but just change it a little bit so it's not obvious.
I was gonna say you could modify it. It doesn't have to be Pikachu. It could be I don't know, Doug.
Duggachu.
Duggachu.
I've never really even played Pokemon, so it doesn't even make sense.
You're gonna
Okay,
find
well,
some
that's-
Star Wars reference. I can't
Yeah.
think of any.
Something.
That's the goal. Okay, we're gonna call
Alright.
it.
Night.
We'll send you some more details.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.